everyone! Our vlog for today will discuss topic of how to handle toddlers or babies inside the plane. Have you traveled with a baby or a toddler inside the plane? Di ba mahirap? Di ba it's a challenge? Now, some mothers are really scared or anxious when they're about to board a plane with their babies or a toddler, especially when they're alone. So here are the tips that I'd like to share with you when traveling with a baby or a toddler. With cramped airline seating, especially in economy, di ba ang sikip? Plus busy waiting areas in the airport, flying isn't the most pleasant experience. Especially pag may dala tayong magulong 2 or 3-year-old toddler. These children, they don't have the patience for airport security, for lots of x-rays that you have to go through. Also, there are times that they don't have any experience in the plane, especially when it comes to air pressure. Thankfully, though, you can have a worry-free travel day with these proper preparations and planning. I'm giving you tips from parents who actually have experience traveling with their toddlers, also from flight attendants who I have interviewed, and of course, not to mention my research. However, at this point, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button below, click the bell, click the all so that you will be notified whenever I post a new video. Now, before the flight, this is what you're going to do. Number 1, prepare your toddler before the flight. Talk about your trip and the flight ahead of time. Maybe you can give stories, kwentuhan mo, or you can download this video here on YouTube. There's this children's video called Let's Go Play, and they have a video which goes over the entire flight experience, from baggage to check-in to ticketing to onboard etiquette and safety. Look for it. Now, before the flight in your house, you can also do a little role play. Example, line up the dining chairs, parang airplane, and act how you're going to sit, how you're going to buckle up, how you're going to use the seatbelt. And of course, with this, you can explain why is it important to use your seatbelt. Maybe you can also build a security checkpoint in your doorway. Kunyari, may metal detector doon. Tapos may x-ray. Tapos may security. You can also practice putting your child's stuffed toy and kunyari, it runs through the x-ray. And then you're going to get it on the other side. Then you can also teach your children how to pack their carry-on bags. This way, they can choose their items, what they want to bring during the trip. Teach your kids how to pack their carry-on bags, but hide a few toys that you think that they really can't bring. By teaching them how to pack, they'll be choosing items that you know that they can't live without. And then you can set expectations as to what toys they really can bring inside the plane. Number 2, pack your packing list. You have to have a list. So, ipack nyo lang kung ano yung nasa list. So, use this list as a guide. Comfort items, example, pacifier, a little stuffed toy, sanitizer, wipes, panty pull-ups, and diapers. So that it will be easier for you as well, by all means, use pull-up diapers. Pull-ups diaper yung parang diaper na parang panty. Even though your toddler has moved beyond pull-up diapers, hindi na nila to ginagamit, it's easier to change your toddler this way. This is still a great resource when it comes to flying with a toddler. For diaper, you have to bring 1 diaper per hour. That is recommended. You also have to bring smartphones and tablets loaded with your kids' favorite movies and cartoons. Headphones, if not earphones, kids' headphones. Sanayin nyo uli sila doon. Teach them how to use an earphone. Next, art materials. Small box of crayon, pencil, paper, all these. Plastic bag for trash, bottled water, and low-sugar snacks. Number 3, bring twice as much for your baby's necessities. Bring twice as much baby formula, breast milk, diaper, baby food, and snacks as you think you will need. Actually, you will need it when the flight is canceled or na-delay. Also, the last thing that you want to deal with is a hungry, thirsty, irritable toddler in the plane. Number 4, dress in comfortable layers. Maybe matetempt kayo na i-dress yung baby nyo or i-dress yung toddler nyo sa maganda but it's not comfortable naman. Kasi first flight niya. But before doing this, think of comfort and convenience first. So choose an attire that it's comfortable and easy to change. So layers, yung patong-patong, are a must, especially if you're coming from snowy to sunny places. Also, sa airplane, malamig. Diba? Malamig siya. Sobrang lamig, especially for kids. Pero paglabas mo ng airplane, hindi na malamig. So you can just easily remove it. This can also be very important, especially when you're stuck in a tarmac. There are times that airplanes are stuck in the tarmac and passengers stay long inside the airplane. So it's gonna be very uncomfortable kasi hindi naman malamig na pag naka-stationary na yung plane. Also, when you're airborne, you might be tempted to ask for blankets. Naku, no. These are very, very dirty. They're seldom washed. Fino-fold lang yan. So the next passenger in the next flight will use it. Wearing layers will also be very helpful for breastfeeding moms. And I suggest you bring a nursing cover. Number 5, when packing, think of airport security and don't ever forget your kids' medication. When you pack, make sure that items that need to be removed during security is easily reached. Also, don't forget your baby's medication. Make sure to pack any prescription or over-the-counter medicine in your carry-on bag. Liquid medications are exempt from TSA liquid limits. For those who don't know TSA is Transport Security Administration. Also, be sure to keep them safe in their original packaging for easy identification. You can pack your kids' medicine in your diaper bag for easy retrieval during the flight. Huwag na kayo magdala ng shoes for your kids na ditali. Skip shoes with laces and just use slip-ons. Now we go to airline-related preparations. But before anything else, if you have any suggestions, comments, or even additional tips, please feel free to write in the comments down below. Book a direct flight or one with a longer layover. If you have a small child, especially a toddler, yung magulong toddler, it is best to keep the number of connecting flights to a minimum. Konti lang dapat. When the plane lands, this gives a little stress to the ears of our toddlers because of the air pressure. Minsan, it causes pain for them, so they might scream. Plus, less time spent in transit would mean less mid-flight tantrum. Now, if you're going to book a flight with a connection, it's ideal that the waiting time in the terminal would be around 2 to 3 hours. Schedule extra time on ground between flights. Around 2 to 3 hours, that would be ideal already. Kasi you don't want naman to run in the terminal with your child, with your diaper bag, and your other travel bags. You can use the time in the airport by buying non-airplane food, or maybe you and your toddler can run around so you can just waste his energy. Number 7, buy a separate airplane seat for your child. Book a separate seat for your child, even though a child under 2 years old is free. Not only this is a safer option, but it also gives your family more room to relax. According to FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, the safest way for a child to fly in a plane is in a government-approved child restraint system, or the airplane belt, not on your lap. Your arms are not capable of holding your child securely, especially during unexpected turbulence. Now we go to when we are already in the airport. Number 8, visit the airport restroom before your flight. Ideally, you want to board the airplane with a very dry child. Therefore, make sure lang na you go to the airport restroom before your flight. While you're in the restroom, maybe you can put a lot of powder already or diaper cream and put not 1, but 2 diapers for your child for extra leak protection. Number 9, take advantage of pre-boarding. Usually, they ask first the older people or the mothers with kids to board first. Some, they don't like to take advantage of this. Paunahin na lang yung iba. But for me, I'd recommend that you use this. Flying with a toddler is very stressful already. If you don't use this service, imagine you have passengers behind you flying because you can't buckle enough or you have a lot of carry-ons to put, plus your child. That's so stressful. So avoid the stress. Take advantage of the pre-boarding service. Number 10, gate check your baby stroller. There's such a thing as gate checking. Gate checking refers to the practice that allows passengers to check their bags directly at the gate with no additional cost. Most airlines allow parents to gate check their bulky baby gears like strollers or car seats. Simply request for gate check tags from the attendant at the airline gate. Attach one tag to each item and deposit it at the bottom of the gateway. Of course, be sure to fold your strollers before boarding. Gate-checked items will typically be waiting for you at the same spot at your destination when you embark. Sometimes, you must retrieve it in the baggage claim area. Check with your airline before your flight regarding their gate check policy. Now we go to the flight itself. Number 11, give breast milk or formula on takeoff and landing. This helps the babies adjust to the change in the cabin pressure. Admittedly, if the baby is strapped in, nursing will be hard, so consider a bottle. Become friendly with your flight attendants because you might need their help and patience more than usual. Example, you want to request for warm water for your bottle. All these things. Number 12, as mentioned earlier, keep your baby buckled. Buckle your toddler safely on the plane, especially in case of unexpected turbulence. Of course, your child is used to be secured in a car seat, especially when you're going to Disneyland, during trips to the mall or to the zoo, so he knows what a special seat is. An infant, of course, would want to stay in your arms for the entire flight. Meanwhile, a newly walking toddler would want to run around up and down the aisle. Therefore, it's best to stay securely fastened. Now we go to number 13. Sit your kids away from the aisle. Aisles can be dangerous for kids, especially for toddlers. As the food cart passes by, their little hands might be caught in between, or worse, their little hands might be poured hot water or coffee. So don't let them sit at the aisle. 14. Keep your baby happy with distractions. To keep your baby happy, you can read them books over and over again. You can also buy the right travel toys. Also, as mentioned in the earlier part of this video, you can load your tablet with a lot of children movies and cartoons. The bottom line is you really need to make that baby happy on board the plane using whatever means you can. Now, what if, let's say, your kid is a seat kicker? You know what the seat kicker is? Yung sinisipa yung seat in front. If you think your child is like that, then try changing your seat before buying your ticket. You can book 2 to 3 seats, 2 seats in front and 1 seat at the back. So the seat in front can be your husband or your sister or whoever. At least it's a family member that he's disturbing. Also, another question. Does your baby, your toddler, or your child need to wear a mask? Though pandemic-era regulations require all adults to wear a mask inside the plane, rules vary when it comes to children. For children under 2 years old, the answer is no. But once your child is old enough to own his own seat, he needs to wear a mask, per an update by federal law in February 2021. If you know that this will be an issue for a 2-year-old, you'll want to hold off flying first. You must remember that airline reserves the right to remove anyone refusing to wear a mask inside the plane. Number 15, beware of germs. When you're flying with a toddler, wipe down everything. And remember, do not send your kids in the washroom without shoes. The floor is very, very dirty, especially if it's wet. That's not water, that's pee. Now we go to 16, ignore the haters. Should you apologize in advance to your fellow seatmates if you have a toddler? No. There's no reason for parents to give treats or apologize for their kids' behavior. Everyone knows naman that it's so hard to control a toddler or a baby inside the plane. And everyone can see that you're doing your best. People pleasers may be comfortable in doing otherwise. Ultimately, it's what's more comfortable with you. The most important thing is that you tried and passengers can see it. You have enough to worry about, so stop worrying about the haters. Soon enough, your plane will land safely and you won't see them again. However, always keep in mind to keep your composure. We go to the last, 17, show your appreciation. Flight attendants love to receive gifts. Small gifts, especially for dealing with toddlers. Any kind of chocolate can be appreciated. However, of course, this can have a zero effect on a bad-tempered, unprofessional cabin crew member. But it's a nice and sweet gesture nonetheless, especially when you're flying on holidays when there are a lot of people. When most flight attendants will be working and will be away from their families. It will be so much appreciated. And they will remember you and look out for you. So be nice to flight attendants and give them full appreciation. So these are the tips for flying with babies and toddlers, and save these tips for future reference. Thank you for joining me again, guys. Maraming salamat. I'll see you in my next vlog. Sana nakatulong lahat ng tips na to. I hope these tips are all useful for you. Ingat kayo and stay safe always. Bye!